Hey guys, I know what you're thinking. Actually, I don't think you know what I'm thinking. You're probably thinking, where's the latest Cartoon-Palooza review? Well, believe it or not, that review, the Beauty and the Beast Enchanted Christmas, is not going to be coming up, unfortunately. I wanted to get that out sooner. I actually wanted to get that out in December, around Christmas time, but I kind of had an unexpected change in schedule, so that's not going to be happening. Who knows, maybe next year, maybe I can give my thoughts on a Facebook post. I could write out my thoughts. Or, if you want, I will do a video next year. Let me know in the comment section below. But, do you know what you're thinking? In 1 month, we're going to be having the Academy Awards, and at some point, we're going to have the nominees list. And given how much I care so much about the Academy Awards and how awesome it is, here's my guide for you what you should do, especially if you're an animation lover. Don't give a shit. Because the Academy Awards means nothing to me anymore. It means absolutely nothing to me anymore. It means zilch, nada, kaput. I just don't care anymore. I think it's important for you, despite all the news that's going to be circulating about which movie didn't get the nomination or which movie's going to get snubbed. At some point, you're going to look back and you're going to say, it just doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter to spend all my time, my energy, focused on this glorified costume party. Ooh, look what she's wearing. She looks like a deck of cards. Very expensive clothes nobody's ever gonna wear in a normal day or a normal gala or anything, except for the Academy Awards. I'm super jaded when it comes to the Academy Awards, unfortunately. I've seen it happen too many times, especially when it comes to the Best Animated Picture Award. This category started in around 2000, 2001, you can correct me in the comment section below, where it gave animated movies a chance to get their own award, because for years it was always through the Best Animated Short subject that the animations would get their Academy Award, but never for a feature length. And I think what it came down to, especially in the 90s when you had more studios make feature-length animated films, did they realize that it's its own category, it's its own medium that should be celebrated. And for that, I thought it was a really nice gesture. That was until we actually saw what movies were winning and what movies were getting nominated, regardless of the other movies that were coming out that year. These are the movies that you're gonna have, for this year specifically. And this is based on everything I've seen. Here it is, right in front of you. Look at this graphic, boom. Best Disney movie, Best Pixar movie, Best Other Big Name, insert big name studio film, Best Indie Animated Film, and the secondary big name animation studio out there. DreamWorks, potentially also Leica, and it really sucks. It super sucks when you're a fan and there's that one movie that you feel like doesn't really meet that criteria, but it was still super good, that should get some recognition. Guess what? It ain't gonna happen. It won't. Honestly, what pisses me off the most about it is how rigid it is. It's always been the same thing. When the people come up to announce the award, you're gonna have some no-name comedian go up, crack some jokes. Guess what? I go into the recording studio and I make a quick buck by just reading lines and not knowing what I see. And then they list the awards and you find out Disney or Pixar wins it. Within the last 15 years or so, it's always been a Disney film or a Pixar film. Are those films bad? No, I think they're great movies, but guess what? There are other films that should get that recognition that just don't. Go on Wikipedia and look up the films that have won, and you will see a majority of them Disney and Pixar, with the exception of 4 films. 4 films, and I know that by heart. Rango, Spirited Away, Shrek, and Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Actually, it's 5 in Happy Feet. 2 or 3 of those films were distributed by DreamWorks. One of those movies was an independent animated film studio, Ghibli, which would end up being distributed by Disney anyway, so you could just say Best Disney Film anyways. And then Rango, which is a Paramount movie. But it's so rigid. You're always gonna get a film that's distributed by Disney or Pixar, most likely winning the award. And that's just based on the facts and statistics. Those are just the films that win. And it really just comes down to Academy voters. They think of the movie they take their kids to see, and they choose that movie. And it really annoyed me the most when Brave won the Academy Award. This is the year where I just gave up on it. And believe it or not, For the Cartoon-Palooza, I was setting out to make a new series where every year I will talk about my predictions for the movies that will win the Academy Awards. And I did it for 2 years. And then I stopped when Brave won because it really pissed me off how f***ing rigid it is. Why the f*** did this movie win? This movie was loaded with so many production problems. The final product was not up to snuff. It's not a great movie, it's not even a good movie, it's just a mediocre movie. Compared to other movies like Wreck-It Ralph, Paranorman, and even Frankenweenie that had better production value, story, effort put into it, and they end up giving it to Brave, giving it to Mark Andrews. And it sucks because I actually don't hate Mark Andrews as a filmmaker, especially as a storyboard artist and as a story man. He's really good, but this wasn't his movie, guys. It really wasn't. But one of the biggest problems I have with this category is that you think that this would be a great opportunity to showcase indie films. And every year you do get that one indie movie that gets nominated. And you think that's actually a really cool thing. Give some recognition to the little studio that can't, that doesn't have the effort to, go out and distribute itself to big name chains. It's great for that exposure, except for one thing. These movies never come out in the theaters around the time the movie comes out. So guess what? The only people that get to watch these movies are the Academy voters. Me, the average Joe, can't see A Cat in Paris. Me, the average Joe, can't see this new movie, My Life's as a Zucchini. I can't see this movie. It's not getting distributed. I'm not gonna be able to go to AMC to see this movie. And for all those schmucks out there telling me to not care and just go on torrent to look it up, I'm sorry. I'm a moviegoer. If I want to see something, I'm gonna pay top dollar to see it. It's not fair. I love movies. I'll go out to the theaters and watch it. At least give me that opportunity and don't use it as an excuse so that you could distribute it onto DVD as its in its title and say, well, this was nominated for the Academy Award. Now you think, but I wouldn't have known because I didn't see the damn movie. As you could tell, this whole category makes me livid, and this is just based on everything that's come out this year in the years past when it comes to the films that have won this award. And it pisses me off so much that it hasn't changed. And it sucks especially for this year because you get some really good animated films that are potentially nominated. And this is based on the films that were nominated for Best Golden Globe. And I know what you're thinking. The Golden Globe is its own thing. It's its own, the foreign press is its own thing. It doesn't really interfere with the Academy. But throughout the years, you pick up the parallels in the movies that are nominated for Golden Globe. Also get nominated for the best animated film. And you got Zootopia and you got Finding Dory, two movies that are very solid. They are Disney and they are Pixar, but in the one chance, these are movies that I don't mind seeing win an Academy Award. The problem is that it's every year they do the same thing. And I know what you're also thinking too. Go watch The Annie. Specifically focuses on animation. I'm sorry, I don't give a shit about The Annies for the sheer fact that they don't show it on TV. You gotta go watch it streamed online, and it's not as widely publicized. And if you think this is a big dick stroking contest for everybody in the industry, it's the same thing with The Annies. At the end of the day, and I get to the part where at the end of the day, it's a business. Winning an Academy Award is just as much a business as is filmmaking. You're gonna have studios that will campaign their asses off, and they'll spend most of their time and energy campaigning their movies for categories. The Weinsteins were notorious for this, which is why you had a lot of films distributed by Miramax or the Weinstein company. There are good movies. You got a lot of Tarantino films that win the Academy Awards, but it really comes down to it being a business. It's just what sucks. Maybe I'm just really pissed off that Sausage Party's not gonna get nominated. Oh, poor Sausage Party. You could have been nominated for Best Animated Film. But guess what? It's probably gonna get nominated for Best Original Song. Alan Menken wrote the song, and it's got that going for it. Either way you look at it, it just doesn't matter. This was a very angry vlog, wasn't it? I'm sorry, guys. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, you can comment below, like it, subscribe, and when you do, click off the subscription and click back on and click the bell. When you subscribe to my channel, make sure the bell is on so that you know that my videos are going to be showing up. Either way you look at it, it was fun making this vlog. More angry than I normally was, and either way you look at it, I'll catch you on the flip side with the best animated films of 2016 coming soon. Take care, guys.